What up, what up, what up? Thank you for joining us on another smoke session. I'm your boy, Brother Jam.
Brother Little Son Cam.
And we are the Daily Smoke. And thank you for joining us on another smoke session.
What's up, folks?
See, that's why you can't take black folks nowhere.
You know what I'm saying?
See, okay, before we got started, no, I'm going to do this first. So, if you want to know what's going on with the Daily Smoke, and you know how we do, check out the website, www.thedailysmoke.com. That's THA, dailysmoke.com. And also, check out that Cash App. If you have the kindness of your heart to donate something to us, $TV Smoke. Please, we'll accept anything. We don't care if it's $1 or 50 cents. But at the same time, hit that like, hit that share, and hit that subscribe button, because that's what really helps us out. So we appreciate it. Thank y'all for the love and continuing to watch us old ass brothers sit around and talk about shit we like. But I was telling them because we was talking about powers.
No, I don't know what it was, but you started talking about alpha.
Yeah.
Oh, why can't just a regular motherfucker get powers?
That's what it was. Okay, so it was this kid who got superpowers, and he was just a regular motherfucker. But when he got his powers, he wound up being called Alpha. But now the interesting part that I found cool about it is that the way he got his powers was, yes, through an experiment he got in the way of some shit. But the scientist conducting the experiment was Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
And Peter Parker had created a Parker particle. And it was supposed to be like this limitless source of energy, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Well, something goes wrong, and the kid winds up getting in the way, trying to save some people. And his body absorbs these Parker particles, and they wind up like supercharging his body. So he can do all kinds of stuff, like when it comes to like powers. He can...
give me an example.
He can energy project, he can fly, he can do all kinds of stuff. He can, he's even, later on, he even winds up being able to alter matter. So he
just made him OP.
Right. He, like I said, he's literally, they call him a beyond Omega level.
No, he's like strong as fuck.
Yeah, he's like, it is literally said in the comic that he is beyond Omega level. Like, so it's not even like a guess or a question. But yeah, so he was just a regular kid. He was just,
wasn't no genius or no rich kid.
No, matter of fact, he was struggling in school. He wasn't popular. He didn't have a girlfriend. All that kind of thing. He was just a little fuck up kid who wound up going on a field trip and
fuck around with Peter Parker.
Next thing you know, he got superpowers. So he truly was. And when he got the superpowers, of course, originally it winds up going to his head and he becomes a dick. And then something happens, I forgot what it was, and he loses his powers. Mm-hmm. And then later on, he gets them back. And when he gets them back,
now he's humbled down.
He's humbled now. So it's one of those kind of things.
Now he don't fuck around.
Yeah, he takes it a little more seriously because he realizes, like, yeah, I was getting out of control.
Okay, knowing me, I probably end up with the power of controlling termites or something. That's how my luck goes.
That would be fucked up. I got superpowers. Watch.
Bobby,
all the termites come out the wood and come blind.
I can only control 3 termites.
Nigga, I'm the best. I'm the best pest control motherfucker in the world.
I can only control 3 at a time. So.
Oh, and that was the other thing about Alpha's powers. He could only use 1 power at a time. So, like, if he was shooting energy beams, he couldn't fly.
Okay, so he couldn't fly.
Right.
Limitations.
Yeah, he did have some limitations on his power, so it wasn't just unchecked.
That's all right. Shoot.
Right.
Just keep floating around.
He could move fast. He could go intangible, I think, as well. So he could do all kinds of stuff. So yeah, you could do some shit with that, man. That's good enough.
Yeah, you got to keep a character, somewhat. You can't have this OP for no goddamn reason. They got to have some type of weakness or something. Some were just, I don't even know what can stop them.
Now that's a good question, dude. Any of them have a weakness?
For the most part,
all of them have something that can stop them.
For the most part, yeah.
They all
Generally
have stuff.
speaking, you
gotta
gotta
put it
build some fail safes in when you talk about superpowered characters.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta have. I mean, even Superman has kryptonite.
That's why I
you know?
think the super. But the thing with that is, where the fuck are we gonna find kryptonite?
Well,
I mean,
hold on.
but he comes to us when we're not out in space.
But okay, so the thing about kryptonite is that Lex Luthor figured out how to make kryptonite.
So he figured out how to make something that we have no clue what it is from another.
No, we know what it is because we've had samples of it on the Earth.
Yeah,
Just like
meteorites and stuff that landed. You know, oh, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, just like his ship made it here. Superman's ship made it here.
Yes.
Some pieces of his planet made it here too.
Yep.
So we've had actual kryptonite on Earth, and he's had the chance to analyze it, figure out its components, and he was able to recreate it. And I don't know if you ever saw in the comic books, but they have all these different colors of kryptonite, right?
Right.
Because basically he decided to just play around with the structure and see how the different shit might affect Superman. You had one I forgot what color it was. There was one kryptonite that turned Superman gay.
The pink kryptonite.
The pink one? No.
I forgot what color it was. I'm not gonna say it was pink because that might be too on the nose. But it was a color of kryptonite that made Superman, and there was one that turned him into a woman. there was one that turned him into a woman.
Hey, shit.
Superman.
So he was a Superman, a female version of himself.
Did he fuck himself? Let's keep going.
No, he wasn't separated. It's not Loki, nigga.
Fuck
He wasn't a
I'm nasty with you.
But okay.
I'm appetite.
All right. So finally, the long-awaited Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
I mean, dude, I can't lie. I was really excited about this movie. I've been wanting to see it since I knew it was coming out, and it was just one of those things where, and I like a lot of the Marvel characters. But I just love how they are doing Doctor Strange.
They're setting up for Secret Wars, so you gotta do Strange, right?
Dude. But I mean, even in the What If, Doctor Strange was...
Oh, he's a bad motherfucker.
It was awesome, man, because, he really is one of those characters. First of all, you root for him. You really do. You want him, because what he does 9 times out of 10 is making a lot of difficult choices. And then you want him to make the right choices because you like him, and you don't want him to have guilt of making bad choices. So it's just one of those characters where I really kind of get behind him,
Then
But
they got the perfect actor to play him, so.
Oh man, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh yeah, perfect choice.
I love
That's
it.
that dude's name for real?
Yeah, that's his name, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But I love it when people fuck up his name.
Cumber.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know.
Senator Cumbersnatch.
I don't think I ever really knew his name. Every time I see that dude, that's Doctor Strange.
Right.
Yeah.
But his name is Benedict Cumberbatch. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
So, okay. Quick rundown. So, for those, hopefully you've at least seen the first Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've been keeping up with us, you at least have some idea of what goes on in WandaVision and What If. Yeah. But if not, please go watch those things before you go see this movie. Otherwise, you stand a good chance of being lost. So,
we're going to spoil
you
some
have
shit.
to watch the other one.
We're going to spoil some
yeah,
shit.
you really do. Because otherwise, if the last thing you saw was Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
If the last thing you saw was Avengers Endgame, you're going to wonder what the hell happened to Scarlet Witch.
The in between.
So you need something to get in between there.
You need at least Scarlet. You need at least WandaVision, and I would say watch What If. Even if you don't watch the whole series, at least watch the one about Doctor Strange. That's the one that really kind of matters the most.
Yeah, because they portray a lot of that in the this movie. So
yeah, there's a lot of crossover action between those storylines. But okay, so where we left off was at the movie opens up, I should say, by America Chavez
and Guardian Strange.
And hold on, I'm gonna butcher this poor girl's name.
Number 3.
Yeah, number 3.
Yeah,
And
let you take that one, bro.
it's, and I'm so sorry. I really hate to mess up people's name, but it's Xochitl
Gomez.
Gomez.
XO. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like South American somewhere,
Yeah.
but I have no idea. So, but either way, she plays America Chavez, and the movie opens up with her and what they call Guardian Strange.
Yeah.
So it's Doctor Strange from an alternate universe because he has a ponytail.
Yeah.
And he's him and her running through this weird kind of alternate dimension where everything is floaty, and they're trying to get to this book called the Book of Ashanti. And you're made aware that this girl has some kind of power, and somebody is chasing her to try to get her power or use her power.
Uh-huh.
And the only way to stop who is ever after her is by getting to this Book of Ashanti, where there's this giant
Mummy creature.
ribbon beast thing.
Yeah.
It looks like it's made out of like ribbons and smoke, but the ribbons have like runes on them.
Yeah, like yeah, it's kind of
They
hard to
don't name
explain.
the thing. They just,
Right, it's just the thing that's chasing them. And so, in the process of them running, Strange winds up sacrificing. Well, no, excuse me. Strange does decide, as he's trying to hold off the monster, he's basically like, okay, I can't hold this thing, but I can't let it get you to get your power.
So
You don't know how to use it, so
let me take it.
I'm just going to take it, and I'll at least be able to control it.
Even though by me taking your power, it's probably going
It's
to
going
kill
to kill
you.
you.
Well, you can take somebody's power?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, she wasn't down with that.
So she didn't like it, but he started to do it anyway. And as he was in the process of literally killing her, the ribbon beast broke loose and grabbed Strange.
Mm-hmm.
The girl winds up running to try to get the book, but the monster basically like throws Strange's corpse at her, and he's laying on the ground dead or whatever.
Well, no, actually, it stabbed the. Didn't it stab like it stabbed the crap out? It pretty much it killed him, but it also used his body as like, oh no, get away from that book.
Oh yeah. You're right. I forgot about that. It chunked it at it.
Yeah. So, and because of her powers, unique powers, she doesn't know how to control it. It activates. So both her and Guardian Strange get pulled to a with the 616, which is in MCU is where we have like the Avengers and all that.
Well, real quick, just to explain what her power is.
So you want to go ahead and explain the power?
If you can you go to number 12 for me, Lois?
So you just want to explain the power?
Huh? Yeah. So basically, what it is that she can open portals through the multiverse. The only problem is she can't control when she opens these portals to the multiverse, and she can't always control where they take her.
So if it opens up, she could end up anywhere.
She could end up on any universe, right?
But the thing is, what her power is, since she can't control them, but it's only activated when she's like terrified or
When she gets
scared.
scared, yeah.
And that she just
Yeah.
And so in this instance, when the monster had killed Strange and was coming after her, she got scared, opened up a portal, it sucked her in and also sucked in Strange's corpse. And that's how she wound up in 616, which is the main Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm. Our universe, rather. Yeah.
So the main Marvel universe, and she comes, along with her in her first appearance, we see Doctor Strange at a wedding. He's at a wedding for the chick he's been in love with for all the other movies, Christine.
Yeah.
And so,
she married a black dude. Hey, good for you, Tristan. Anyway, keep going.
that's why she never went back to the doctor. Once you go black, you don't go back. But long story short, they're at the wedding. he's feeling a little bit remorseful because he wants to, reminisce about his old boo thing, but she marrying her new boo, so he feeling a little salty. And as he's, feeling a little salty, she walks up. And he's like, hey, I'm sorry about how things went, but I was trying to protect you and just trying to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, she was like, well, are you happy? And he lies and goes, yeah, I'm happy.
Ooh.
Now, people know he's Doctor Strange, right?
People know, yeah, it's no secret. It's no secret.
Yeah, he's one of the Avengers, so everybody they know.
Everybody knows the Avengers. Well, no. Doctor Strange's not an Avenger.
Well, true, but he did help out.
He rose with the crew, but he ain't.
Oh yeah, he was blipped out for 5 years.
It's like doing a guest appearance on Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
right.
You ain't with the clan, but you ain't a part of the clan.
Just turn back time to before she was getting married, get with her right quick, and then go back.
Well, he doesn't have the time stone anymore.
Oh yeah, remember? Yeah, the time stone is gone now. So, as they're going through their wedding thing, they start hearing crashing and screaming outside.
Number 5 is Candace. Oh yeah, this
And
octopus with one eye.
This thing pops up in the middle of the street, slamming cars around, throwing people around, killing folks, and all this havoc and chaos. Now, in the trailer, when the trailer came out, everybody thought that this was going to be Shuma Gorath.
Mm-hmm.
But turns out Shuma Gorath, that character, is actually owned by a separate company. So Marvel doesn't own the rights to Shuma Gorath.
So they made their own.
Well, there was another creature in Doctor Strange history called Gargantos that was also a one-eyed tentacle monster. So basically, they used what looks like Shuma Gorath, but they just named it Garganto.
The one thing I did
Gargantos,
the one thing I did like when the creatures just rampaging and tearing up buses and all that, you can't see it. If you're a normal person, you can't see it at all. It's invisible.
Just buses flying around.
Right.
So
Strange does, what Strange does with his, with his sorcery, and then now everybody can see this creature just rampaging.
And when people realize what it was, you just heard people screaming and running and everything.
Yeah, it's bad enough just seeing buses and cars fly around on their own.
Yeah.
Like shit.
Giant one-eyed tentacle monster. What the fuck?
Like
so, America Chavez shows up, and the monster's, of course, making a beeline for her. Strange realizes what's going on, and he jumps in to try to protect her. Mm-hmm. And he winds up defeating the monster.
You can show number 6, and also not just Strange, but my boy Wong.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
Wong shows up.
Wong is now because of the blip. Doctor Strange was gone for 5 years,
so it has to be a.
So there has to always be a Sorcerer Supreme. So Wong is now the Sorcerer Supreme, but Doctor Strange is back, but he's not the Sorcerer Supreme anymore.
Yeah, he has to bow to Wong and all that.
Right.
Why don't the cape go to him though?
Well, the cape doesn't belong to the Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh, okay.
The cape just likes Strange.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it's whoever was the Supreme, the cape goes to.
No.
Okay, cool.
No, that cape just likes him. It was like, okay, I cut for you, because that cape has a mind of its own.
Yeah, no, I think it's funny. Like, nah, nigga, this way.
But so when the three of them finally get a chance to talk, she explains. She's like, I'm from an alternate, universe. Mm-hmm. I have this ability. But she's like, basically, like, in the last universe I was in, you tried to kill me. And in the beginning of the movie, Strange had a dream where he saw what was happening to her and where he tried to kill her. So when she said that, he remembered his dream and was like, oh, shit, that wasn't a dream. She was like, no, dreams are just us seeing our alternate universe selves.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, okay, then I've had some. My alternate universe have been up to some shit, okay? Like, wherever you are, my brother, keep up the good work. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All of y'all.
Right, all of y'all, and I hope I've shared some good memories with y'all, too. I've tried my best.
And if I'm in a woman in one of those, come check it out. Let me see what you look like.
I
want to low-key out.
Come for a visit. Let's see what it's like. But so your boy Doctor Strange, he realized that the creature that they had fought had been covered in runes, which the runes, just like in WandaVision, signify witchcraft, not sorcery.
Mm-hmm.
So it's two different types of magic we're talking about.
Yeah.
So of course, him knowing Wanda, he's like, well, shit, I'll go talk to the strongest witch I know, and see if she can tell me what any of this might mean. So he pays a visit to Wanda, and that's when you go to number 7,
the orchard.
Yeah, and he finds her in this apple orchard that she's grown around her little cabin in the woods, and she's out pruning her apple trees.
I mistake her face like this ain't no damn witch. Look at that pretty little thing.
And so as they standing there talking, he's explaining to her what's going on. She's like, I know you're here to talk about what happened in I forgot the name of the town, but it was stuff that happened in WandaVision. So she's like, I know you're here to talk about that. And he's like, nah, actually I'm not. I'm not really, hey, you was going through some shit. You made some choices.
That's all it is.
That's shit happens, man. And you tried to make it as right as you could. So okay, cool.
And then she fucks up.
Well, he was explaining to her about the whole situation with America, and then, but he hadn't told her her name.
Yeah, she fucks up by saying.
And so as they're talking, she says, "Oh well, why don't you just bring America here?"
And then she realized, I just fucked up.
And that's when she goes, because Doctor Strange kind of paused, and that's when Wanda goes, You never told me her name, did you?
Nope.
And he was like, no, I didn't. He was like, man. She said, man, the hex was easy. Talk about what she did in WandaVision. And as she's saying this, her red magic started to swirl around her. She said that hex was easy. She's like, the line, that was hard.
And then from that point on, you begin to see the orchard, this beautiful, orchard going. It's now, the scenery is now turning red.
All the trees are dead and twisted.
And that's the black hole, but we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, dark hole. I'm sorry, black hole.
Black hole. That's a whole nother movie.
That black hole.
You talking about the Event Horizon?
No, I'm talking about porn.
But if you go to number 8, that's when she was basically
she dropped the illusion.
When she dropped the illusion, and that's what it looked like. Everything was just red, and just everything was corrupted and like dead, because her power in the dark hold is just immensely powerful. And so basically, she gives Strange an ultimatum. She says, give me the girl. I want her power because I want to go find another universe where my kids are still alive. And I want to go get my kids or be with my kids. And he was like, you can't do that. That's wrong.
Yeah, like, you pretty much just going to kill her.
And she was like, they have their own life. They have their own version of you. It's like, so I don't care. I want my kids.
Yeah, you trying to take the shit.
And he was like, but you're doing it the wrong way. Like, you could, like, no. And finally she goes, look, me sending these monsters and all this kind of stuff was me being reasonable. Because if I go after this girl,
it's going to be some shit.
It like, that was at least giving her a chance to run. Right. But if I go after her, all bets is off. Mm-hmm. So he had already fucked around and told her that he was holding the girl at Carmitage.
Mm-hmm. He thought she was on his side.
Right. He thought she was still a good guy. But basically, he told her like, okay, we got her at Carmitage, blah 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 blah. And then when she finally dropped the fake face, she was like, look, give me the girl tomorrow by sundown, and it won't be no problem. Like, otherwise, she was like, otherwise, I'm gonna stop being reasonable. And so basically, your boy went back to Carmitage and called up the troops.
Oh yeah, because if I believe there are five different sanctums, but three sanctums.
Three sanctums.
Sorry.
No. It's
To fight her.
huh?
To fight her.
Yeah. So
One
there's
of the bad
New
motherfuckers.
York, there's London, and there's is it China or Japan?
I think it's China. I believe. I'm not quite sure on that. But
It's been a while since I had.
One of them Chinese.
Okay. So either way, he called in all the reinforcements he could because basically he knew she's the Scarlet Witch. She is literally the most powerful magical being on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
So he already knew it was going to be a problem.
Is she like that in every universe?
Yes.
So
Well, she has the potential to be that
Yeah.
in every universe.
So another enemy, there's no what if in Earth where someone
Right.
else is that
The-
witch.
The
Yeah,
other
she-
universes are what ifs, and
So-
it. Well, okay, hold on, we'll get to that.
Yeah, she was
So,
destined to either rule or rule or completely take or
They said she
destroy.
was destined to either destroy or take over the universe.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. There was no peaceful option basically with her. So if you number 9 is when they were preparing their defenses. That's all the sorcerers with their guard shields up, and then number 10 is okay. Scarlet Witch. This bitch rolled in like a dark cloud, like literally. She rolled over the buildings and like brought shadows with her, like so. She wasn't playing.
Nope, not at all.
And dude, when I'm telling you, she tore up Carmitage. She killed so many sorcerers, dude. She was
I did like that when she came in because they did have their defenses up, and they were blocking her good. But she also has the ability, one that can actually get into your mind. So she got into one of the defender's mind and told him to run. So, and he dropped, he dropped his shield, and from there they gave her the opportunity to start fucking people
that
up.
made just enough opening so she could just start slaughtering fools.
And she did that beautifully.
Dude, it was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Like she was not holding back. Like that shit was just mean.
Well, she said, if I gotta come over and do this, what's
Like
gonna
if
happen.
you push me.
Right.
But
We are locked and down.
number 11 is basically even Doctor Strange wound up getting injured in the fight. And as you can see there, he was kind of struggling. They even brought out the magical archers, and the niggas was shooting volleys of arrows at her. She turned them around and send them back at her, but when she sent them back, the magic was like her red
Yeah.
With
magic. She was
They had cannons and all the same, but
she was really messing these people up. And so everything came down to it. She finally is about to get America, and America winds up opening another portal. Boom. Her and Doctor Strange get sucked in, and they go to another universe. And so this is to me where the movie really starts to get interesting, because the universe that they land in, I forgot the number.
it's 8. What 161?
No,
There's
616.
616, and there's like 8 something.
Yeah, it's a 8 something. But bottom line is of course when they land in this world, people see Doctor Strange and they're like, "Oh, nice costume. You look like Doctor Strange."
They don't think it's it.
Right.
And
And so as they work, their idea is like, okay, we're gonna go to the Sanctum Sanctorum in this city and find this universe's Doctor Strange and see if we can get him to help us. Well, they find the Sanctum Sanctorum, but when they pull up on the outside, basically there's a statue of Doctor Strange out front in commemoration of his death.
before you go on, but I still have to give a shout out to Raimi for putting Bruce Campbell in
Pizza Papa.
Yes, Pizza Papa. Basically, it's pizza balls. He sold pizza balls.
Piece of all.
I actually want to try some pizza balls. That shit look good. I ain't gonna lie.
And being Bruce Campbell, He was like, the outfit you got? Would you get this from a museum? And he pretty much we started ragging on Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange put him into a spell where he was punching and beating himself up with his own hand, like he did in the Evil Dead. But
yeah, that's what they was calling back to.
And Chavez was like, how long is it gonna last? Strange was like, I don't know, about 3 weeks. So he's gonna be beating himself up for 3 weeks like that. But I did like that little cameo from Bruce Campbell. But go ahead.
But when they work their way to the Sanctum Sanctorum, your boy finds that Mordo is now the Sorcerer Supreme on this Earth. Yeah, number 13. Yeah.
Brother.
And see, on our Earth, on 616, Mordo and Strange became enemies. Mordo wants to kill Strange. And so when he walks into the Sanctum Sanctorum, and this is the person who comes out, he's like, oh shit.
Oh, here we go with this.
But then he turns out he was like, brother. And then hugs him up and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, what's going on, man?
He knows he's from another.
Yeah. He was like, he's like, we figured this would probably happen at some point. So it's like, good to see you, man. He was, he take him in and they start talking, drink some tea. Next thing you know, him and America, boom, they knocked out. He drugged them. And so they take him to, they wind up taking him to a lab. And the lab is actually run by Christine, the woman he's always been in love, in all these universes is in love with.
She's in this shit now too.
So but this is an alternate version of her.
Yeah, another universe.
So that version of her, of course, was also in love with their Doctor Strange, but he's dead and been dead for some years.
To see him again.
So she's kind of had a little bit of a chance to get over it, but not quite.
She got moist.
A little bit of monster. A little bit of monster.
It's just a little. She heart flooded just a little bit. But this is also where he eventually finally meets the Illuminati.
Oh yes, the Illuminati.
So in this universe, the Illuminati was formed by Doctor Strange to help deal with like super high level threats.
Yeah.
People that he figured would be, either like above average intelligence or, power, depending on whatever the situation might call for.
That'd be number 14.
So, all right. So number 14 is him walking into the hall where they meet, and I'm gonna go through these quickly. So first we meet number 15, which is Black Bolt, and I did not know this, but his actual name in the comic book is like, of course, Black Bolt is his hero name.
Yeah.
But his actual name is Black Agar Boltagon.
Black Agar Boltagon.
And his hero name is Black Bolt.
Yeah. He has a unique, I would say, ability.
And played by Anson Mount. That's the name of the actor who played him. He also played Black Bolt on the Inhumans TV show that Marvel did, which was really bad. But he did a good job of playing Black Bolt. I mean, you don't have to say anything, right?
Well, yeah. And then I'm saying Black Bolt's ability, he can whisper, and his voice is so powerful. He would disintegrate you just by whispering it, or destroy things. So
if he went,
he just
his voice is so powerful. Like and you find out eventually that what wound up happening is because what the statue about the dead Doctor Strange said was that he died fighting Thanos, right? But what you find out from the Illuminati is that he didn't die fighting Thanos. He had been using their version of the Darkhold to try and figure out a way to stop Thanos. But in that process, he had become corrupted, and he had caused what they call an incursion.
What do they call it? Dream walking?
Yeah. But he had also caused an incursion. And the incursion is what happens when two alternate universes crash into each other.
A collision. They collide.
And either one or both get destroyed.
Mixing all these people together.
So it's not a good thing, and so he caused that. So millions upon millions of people in 2 universes died because of him. And so basically, what they did was they let him help them defeat Thanos, but then they had to like execute him for the shit that he had done.
They just made it like,
And they had,
And he knew what he did.
yeah,
so.
he knew the shit was wrong. Yeah,
But
but
they used Black Bolt to actually execute him.
that shit was messed up because your boy Black Bolt, he was like, Strange was on his knees, and your boy Black Bolt just walked up to him and said, "I'm sorry." And all of a sudden, you hear his voice go echoing and get louder and louder and louder, and those sound waves literally disintegrated that nigga.
that's crazy.
It just literally broke him down into like atoms.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be crazy to be able to say something.
And yeah, you just destroyed the whole city block just by doing that.
Disintegrated to a girl and shit.
Oh, but man, it gets so much worse.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Oh yes, it gets
oh man, it gets so much worse.
horribly.
Okay, so we have Black Bolt, and his power is his voice. If he even utters the slightest sound, causes death, destruction, all of that. Okay, so then we have their universe's number 16, their universe's version of Captain Marvel, which is actually played by, or in this universe, Maria Rambeau, who was friends with our universes, with 616's Captain Marvel. Huh?
Oh, that was the sister girl, her friend.
Exactly, that was her
daughter.
friend. So in this universe, she became Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah, and the actress that plays her is named Lashana Lynch, and we know Captain Marvel's superpowers. I'm not going to go over those.
Right.
Okay, so then another member of the Illuminati, number 17, was Captain Carter, played by Haley Atwell, and okay, I love Haley Atwell.
That's a pretty
Dude.
woman, man. That look right there.
That
Yeah.
she like and I may not like her as like a real person, but her in the role of Peggy Carter,
Perfect. Yeah.
dude.
Just like with What If, I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Marvel did a TV show about Peggy Carter. Agent Carter is what it was called.
Yeah.
And I actually watched it. It was decent, but I watched it just for her, dude. Seriously.
Gorgeous.
She's beautiful.
That's that picture of them 1940 babe and shit.
Yep.
Exactly.
It's like, that's a moment right there.
And
So, okay.
number 18.
And of course, Captain Carter is basically Captain America, just gender flipped.
If.
If. And then number 18, of course, is Reed Richards, played by John Krasinski. John Krasinski. And this was actually a fan pick for this role.
Mm-hmm.
People had been campaigning online for him to play Reed Richards.
And he's Illuminati too.
Yeah, he's a member of the Illuminati. And his powers are, he's able to stretch his body. So he's like basically, you remember Stretch Armstrong?
Oh,
back
that's
then?
from he's from the Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this universe, you have the Fantastic Four. Okay.
So that's bringing them in.
That's bringing them in. And so and then also he's a genius. So he's like one of the smartest, he's like Tony Stark smart. Okay. And then the last member of their Illuminati was number 19, Professor X. And that's
Card.
I mean, does Sir Stewart need an introduction? I don't think he does.
Right.
You know, we know Patrick Stewart. You know,
I
the
did like the way they brought him in, though. It was the old school comic accurate Professor X.
no, but did you notice the music?
Yeah. Oh,
They-
So the Fantastic Four is in with the mutants.
exactly.
They're the same.
They're all a part of Marvel, but none of those characters have been in the MCU yet.
Right.
That's because they belong to
But like
Sony.
in that universe where Professor X is, the Fantastic Four is there too.
The Fantastic Four
So when the
exists,
mutants go do shit, they can come and help.
right?
Okay, that's cool. So we got
So
that's two sets of good guys.
So I'm gonna cut some of the chase here, but while they're passing judgment on
Strange.
Doctor Strange, because essentially they basically like, yeah, this is what happened with our Doctor Strange. We figure you're probably capable of the same type of shit, so we just got to figure out what we're gonna do with you, but we're not finna let you stay here.
Right, you got to go.
You got to go.
Yeah.
So
he was like, yeah, I need the Darkhold because Wanda's coming. They're like, Wanda, we can handle her. Don't worry about her. We're worried about you. You know.
well,
that was a mistake.
That's what they thought.
That was a mistake on
because Wanda. Okay, so with the Darkhold, you can do this thing called Dreamwalking. Bobby mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
And what it is because there's alternate versions of you in the multiverse. You can psychically project yourself into an alternate version of yourself. So you don't have to actually travel to the other universe. You just take control of the other version of you.
Like a puppet. Yeah.
But of course, you have to dominate that other version of you. And so what winds up happening is that Scarlet Witch does jump into an alternate version of herself in the universe that Doctor Strange and America Chavez wound up in. And basically, she.
This is brutal.
Okay, so the Illuminati were using Ultron robots as their like guards and defense or whatever. She slaughtered those things.
Like it wasn't nothing.
She slaughtered those things. She came through. She had blood. I mean, blood. She had oil dripping down her face like blood. Where she was just destroying robots.
That's crazy.
But what was messed up was when she finally made it to the Illuminati themselves. So they was talking shit, and it was like Black Bolt can vaporize you with just one word from his mouth. Wanda said, "What mouth?" And you know how in the Matrix, how Neo's mouth disappeared? She did that to Black Bolt.
So his mouth was closed and he's out.
His mouth was closed. No. But then when you go to number 20, as he realized what was happening to him, the horror of it set in, and he screamed, but because he couldn't open his mouth, it backfired.
Oh, he got the fuck him up.
And that's why you see the side of his head crumpled in.
Yeah.
His own power killed him. Like, dude, she was ruthless. She slaughtered the entire team. She killed everybody. She killed Captain Marvel. She cut Captain Carter in half with her own shield, niggas.
She turned Reed Richards into what? Spaghetti, and then
because he's stretchy. She literally broke that nigga down into rubber bands
and then exploded his head.
Wait. Okay. So she cut Captain Carter in half. She
spaghettified.
What she do to the sister girl?
Spaghettified Riri. She just crushed her. With like a big ass rock.
But Marvel was.
She put up a good fight. She did put up a good fight. Yeah. She was one of the one. She was really only the one that stood up, like could kind of hold her own with her a little bit. But then the last one that was left was Professor X.
Ah man,
he fucked him up,
dude.
Well,
so he wound up trying to, of course, do what he does. He was trying to attack her psychically. So he went into her mind. When he went into her mind, it was like this all-white space.
With some rubble in the middle of it.
Yeah, like a little pile of rubble and like a hole in the middle. And when he went over to it, the Wanda that actually belonged to that universe was trapped in there. And he was like, maybe if I can get you out,
you'll break the spell.
You'll kick her out. But every time he tried to pull her out, the rocks just kept falling in on her.
And then you see this red mist coming up behind Professor X, and with a quick jump scare, breaks his neck.
And his neck snaps in the real world too.
So she just pretty much
she took out the entire Illuminati. And she did it in like a matter of minutes, dude. She did that shit like it wasn't even hard.
Take care of her.
But yeah, they was like, oh, we'll take care of her. Yeah,
we ain't worried about her.
No, nigga.
You need to be worried about her.
Dude, as soon as she walked in, dude, she said, oh shit. I killed her.
But okay, So okay, so while she was doing that dream walking, and 21 is what the Darkhold looks like. That's the Marvel Book of the Damned. Um, so while she was dream walking, this one of the sorcerers from Carmitage snuck up and destroyed the Darkhold. She stabbed it with a magical knife and it burnt the book up.
Disintegrated it.
So she basically, everybody was thinking, okay, that's it. It's done.
But she had my boy Wong tied up, just having this strung out, tied up.
She tortured Wong, man.
And she was like, hey.
He held out. He held out until she started torturing some of his other, like some of the other sorcerers.
Yeah.
That was what got it. It was like she started just like, man, she was messing these dudes up.
And she was like, Wong, there's this place that
tell me, like, how can I get it? Like, is there another copy of the Darkhold or something like that? And basically, that's when he reveals that the Darkhold was a copy, and the original was a temple,
22,
where it had actually been, the Darkhold had been written from the carvings on the walls of this temple, and that's Mount Wundagore. Number 22. And so basically, she had to go to Mount Wundagore, and just being able to walk around and look at the walls, it would be like looking at the pages of the Darkhold.
Yeah.
And so when she rolls up, they get there, and as they're starting to walk around the place, these giant demons, essentially, big ass, like Hulk like demons.
Yeah.
Come out, and they of course get ready for an attack. So she's like, hands starting to glow. Even Wong was like, okay, crap. Shit, all right, we're gonna have to fight. Then all of a sudden, all 4 of these big ass beasts just kneel at Wanda's feet, and that's when she realized, because the Mount Wundagore, they call it the tomb. She was like, this isn't a tomb. She said it's a throne.
So in the background of her, this whole scene, the background is a carving of her.
Just like you saw on the page of the Darkhold, that outline that looks like the Scarlet Witch, that was carved into the wall of Mount Wundagore. So
that's her.
Yeah.
And that's her. So when she realized that, she was like, oh no, this place was made for me.
Like, oh shit, so like this book belongs to me.
So basically, she manages to get control of the other version of herself again. And she manages to use that version of herself to she catches America Chavez. She makes her open a portal to where Wanda is in the 616 universe, and then pushes her through. And so when she does that, that leaves Doctor Strange stranded in this other universe. But that universe also has a Darkhold.
And that other universe that Doctor Strange is trapped in also went through an incursion. Correct?
No.
The one you got trapped in.
Oh yeah, wait, you're right, because I skipped that part. I did skip that part. Because they made another jump, and they wound up going into a universe that was that, like you said, had an incursion, and it was basically falling apart. It was unmaking itself. Just like the Doctor Strange episode in What If.
Yeah.
So if you saw that, you kind of can imagine what it looked like. But what winds up, that's where Wanda winds up catching America. But at the same time, Doctor Strange gets into a fight with Sinister. They call him Sinister Strange.
I thought I was about to say Evil Strange, but same thing.
Yeah, they call him Sinister Strange because he was another Strange who had used the Darkhold to try and save his Christine, but never could.
Yeah, because once you read the Darkhold, it
corrupts you.
Yeah, corrupts you absolutely.
And the more you use it, the more it corrupts you. And he had used it a lot, and he had basically done so much damage that he was he was going into other he was dream walking into other universe versions of himself, and whenever he would find one that managed to find some sort of happiness with Christine, he would kill him.
Mm-hmm. So
that's how jealous he was.
None of us are supposed to be loving her.
Yeah,
Hey.
like if I can't have her, none of y'all can.
Right.
So him and our Doctor Strange winds up getting into a fight. They
interesting
wind up
fight.
fighting with music notes.
Yeah, they were fighting like using like Chinese stars or whatever.
I thought that was a dope fight. But they wound up fighting with music notes, and then after they finish, of course, like I said, Doctor Strange is trapped in that universe because America got taken by Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
So what he does is he uses the Darkhold to dream walk, but instead of dream walking to because he needed to be in the 616 universe, and there was no other version of him in that universe because he's the 616 Doctor Strange.
Right. Yeah.
The only version of him that was left in that universe was the dead Doctor Strange that had come through the portal originally with America.
Yeah, he buried him, you know. But it's like, because Christine asked, like, what did Christine was like? Don't you need, if you're gonna do this, don't you need another? It has to be a strange there. He was like, what he said, yeah, but it doesn't have nothing. The strange there doesn't have to be alive. So he
Zombie Strange.
Yeah.
And so that's how we wound up with number 24.
So that's Doctor Strange.
That's Doctor Strange.
Zombie Strange.
Now, what's
Agent
interesting?
Smith.
Now, what's interesting is because when he did this, right? Even the fucking Darkhold has rules. The one thing you're not supposed to do is dream walk into a corpse. And so he was like, yeah. Even before he did it, he was like, the spirits or the demons or something are gonna attack me when I do this.
Yeah, he asked Christine to protect, you know, why I'm doing this.
He's like, just kind of keep an eye on my body for me, you know.
So that's him coming out the grave.
Yeah, well, that's him because when he finally he teleported to right outside
The
the temple, Mount what did I say?
Fuji.
Mount Wundagore. He teleported to right outside Mount Wundagore, but when he did, as soon as he showed up, essentially these spirits started attacking him. And at first they were kind of getting the better of him, but then he came to an idea and he started taking them and pulling them and pulled them together to form a new cloak for himself.
And that's what you see in
So,
24.
yeah, he made a cloak out of living or actual spirits, and he was flying with the motherfuckers like they was wings. And then once he finally made it over to where Wanda was, he let the cloak go and they attacked her.
Yeah, because, you know, she been doing the dream walking shit. They're like, nope, nope, nope.
She been a naughty girl. But, okay, so to wrap this up, what winds up happening is after they go through another little fight, basically America Chavez realized, well, first Doctor Strange tells her, she's like, hey, you've known how to use your powers all along. And she was like, what are you talking about? I can't control it.
Well, you can't.
He said, no, because every time we jumped, you always put us exactly where we needed to be.
Right.
It's like, so no, you have control, you just don't realize it yet. It's like, so she thought he was going to take her power, like everybody else had come to the conclusion of,
Right.
like, oh, I can't save you, but rather than let somebody evil get your power, I'm going to take it. He was like, no, I'm not going to do that. He's like, because you got control, use your power, and you fix this.
Go whoop her ass.
So America gets up, and she realizes that she can do some shit with this power. So she punches Wanda a couple times.
With the whole multiverse behind
Right,
them
with the
punches.
power of the multiverse.
Behind them punches.
The power of the multiverse compels you. The power of the multiverse compels you.
Fist gets
Oh.
all big.
Wanda was like, okay, bring it. And then she sucker punched the crap out of Wanda.
And
Wanda
Wanda
was like,
like-
what the fuck?
Like, oh shit. Okay, wait, hold on.
But
That's
Wanda
why I
started.
want this power.
But Wanda started getting, beginning to overpower. So Chavez was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you what you want. And if you can pull up number.
Well, actually, hold on. Because first she opened a portal to like a hell universe.
Oh yes, yeah.
Because she was going to try and push her into that like this hell universe. But I forgot what happened. In some kind of way, Wanda got out of it.
She just overpowered.
Yeah. And so when she opened up the next portal, she was like, I'm going to give you what you want. And boom, she opened up the portal to where that same Wanda that she had dream walked into a couple times, that she opened the portal to that Wanda's living room where her two boys were sitting right there. But their first vision of her is her all red energy glowing from her eyes and face looking all, angry and mad.
Witchy. They were like, oh, it's a witch.
They were like, oh my God, they were terrified of her.
It's a witch.
Like, mama was rich.
And then even she threw their actual mom across the room, the other version of her, and was like trying to kill her because she wants to take these boys.
Right.
Well, the boys start screaming at her, no, don't kill her, mommy, don't kill her, mommy. They throwing stuff at her, and they go and stand in between her and their mom. And the mom finally gets up. And that's when Wanda realizes, she's like, I've become a monster. It's like my own children are afraid of me.
Right.
And
Well, not even her own children, but it's like, my children are dead, but these are really not my children, but I'm just trying to take.
But she's thinking, like, if my children saw me like this, they would be afraid of me too.
Right.
Yeah.
They wouldn't want me to do what I'm doing. And so she breaks down and starts crying. And then number 25 is when the other Wanda comes up to her. And she actually, I guess maybe she finally understands what this woman was trying to do. And she walks up to her and she just basically puts her hand on her face and she says, they'll be loved. Like, you can't have my kids.
She's realized that, since she lost her kids, I know what you feel.
Yep.
I'm not trying to respond.
So the way the movie ends essentially is they wind up going back to Mount Wondergo. They wind up going back to Mount Wondergo, and that's when Wanda says, basically, she was like, I can't do this. I'm too dangerous. She was like, and so basically, she collapses the temple on herself. Because you've got to remember, the temple was the only other copy of the Darkhold in 616 universe. So with that gone and Wanda gone,
it destroyed all. It pretty much got rid of all the Darkholds and all the multiverses.
Right. Her spell basically wound up disintegrating all the Darkholds throughout the multiverse.
Okay. So no more Wanda. We should see her.
Well, 616, no.
She is a witch. You never know. But the post-credit scene.
Yeah, explain this for me.
Post-credit scene. So you see Doctor Strange walking down the street. Well, first of all, there's two post-credit scenes.
Yeah.
So first, when you see Doctor Strange walking down the street, music playing, he's, birds is chirping, the sun is shining, he's wearing his regular street clothes, and everything's just kind of peachy, and he's chilling, like, hey, life is good. Then all of a sudden, the music goes crazy, and he starts screaming, and he's like, ah! Drop down on his knees in the middle of the street, and when he looks up, the camera's like above him, and you see a third eye that popped out in the middle of his forehead, and he was like, oh shit. So then the credits roll.
What about the chick that was in there?
Hold on, get into it. That's second post-credit scene. So credits roll. Then after a few minutes, comes back for the second one. See Doctor Strange walking down the street again. And all of a sudden, a like purple energy kind of portal thing opens up, and fucking Charlize Theron steps out, looking like that.
Who is she?
She's a character named Clea.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you see the first Doctor Strange? Okay, you remember Dormammu, the big bad in the Dark Universe?
Yeah.
Okay, Clea is his niece. She's the daughter of his brother, who was married to or had her with this. I forgot what they're called, but they're these beings that are made out of pure magical energy. So, a creature like Dormammu mated with a creature made out of pure magical energy, and they produced her. She is one of the most powerful sorcerers in the universe.
More than Wanda's a witch.
Wanda's a witch, different kind of magic. But she actually winds up becoming the Sorcerer Supreme of the Dark Universe. She takes it over from Dormammu. So and at one point when, in the comics anyway, at one point in the comics, Doctor Strange does die. And she winds up becoming the Sorcerer Supreme on Earth and the Dark Dimension at the same time. That's how bad she is. But basically, she pops out of this portal. She tells Doctor Strange, she basically, hey, I need your help. The shit you did caused an incursion over in the Dark Universe. You need to come help me fix this shit. So
that's like another movie.
He gets up with her and starts running. And as he's running, like they're getting ready for battle, his third eye pops open again. And you're like, oh shit, what the hell?
So it's
That Darkhold.
We don't know. It could be corruption of the Darkhold. But now, okay, here's the interesting thing. Is in the comics, the Eye of Agamemnon that he wears, the Eye of Agamemnon is an artifact and has power on its own. Not just because of the time stone. It just was used to hold the time stone because it's a powerful artifact and it could hold it securely. But the Eye of Agamemnon has powers of its own. It allows him to like see into people's minds to a certain degree. It allows him to see things that are invisible and a few other things like that. But in the comics, whenever he would use the Eye of Agamemnon, a third eye would pop up on his forehead. So we don't know if this is some type of corruption left over from the Darkhold, or if this is something, just a different power maybe that he hadn't used before that we're just seeing.
Yeah.
Maybe he's leveled up.
Well, hopefully they'll lead up to Secret Wars, which I would love to see.
That's gonna be interesting, man. I honestly believe Marvel is headed in such a good direction. In between what they've done with all the miniseries, and we still got Miss Marvel getting ready to come out here. Matter of fact, the week we're filming this, at the time we're filming this, it's a Monday night, and Miss Marvel comes out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
This Wednesday. So in 2 days, Miss Marvel comes out. Oh, and you best believe we're gonna be doing a show where we talk about it. So please stay tuned to the smoke sessions for when we talk about Miss Marvel.
Tell them where they can find it.
Oh, www.thedailysmoke, THADailySmoke.com. Check us out on the website. We'll let you know when it's coming up. And who knows? Maybe somebody will be wanting to come and join us and sit down and talk with us about it.
Right. Or even call in.
Yeah. We love to have guests. It always makes the discussion a little more interesting because sometimes y'all know things that we don't know.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all about sharing knowledge. We all love this stuff, and if you're watching us, I know you gotta watch. You watching us probably because you like comic books, you like movies, you like anime, you like all this kind of stuff. So if you are into those kind of things and you like it, we love to hear your feedback. We love to talk to people like ourselves who have these kind of interests, man. Because when we was growing up, you looked at funny because you watch anime. You watch them old Japanese cartoons.
Oh no, that was the best.
The best shit. The cartoon.
To us, it was.
But to everybody else, we got some cartoons. It was.
Man, you 20-something years old still watching cartoons? Yes. Because these cartoons are fucking good.
Some of them are for adults, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, plenty of them is for adults, okay, bro?
Yeah, the content and the story writing. Yeah, some of it is not for children.
But overall, man, I give Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, I would say a 4.9 out of 5.
I was about to go with a 4.8.
Okay.
Not a 5?
Not a 5 because there was a few little things that I would have done differently, and I totally admit personal choices. I that's just me, but that's why I can't give it a full 5. But it was pretty damn close to being almost a perfect movie. Right. It's pretty good. It was
the best release of Marvel so far for me. So
they really did their damn thing with that, man. So thank y'all for joining us as always for the Daily Smoke on the Smoke Sessions. Hey, we appreciate it. If you feel like donating to us, help us out. Check out the Cash App, which is $TD Smoke. Remember the website, www.thedailysmoke.com. You want to know what's going on with us, or if you want to join us as a guest. You know? And I'll give this call out one more time to anybody who might be out there. If you're an author, if you're a comic creator, if you're an animator, if you're any of those things, you got, you're
Storyteller.
anything,
SCP writer.
something.
Yeah.
I would love to talk to you, love to get you on the show, whether that's here in person with us or even if we do it remotely. Please
Even
reach
just to
out.
help you get out there.
We'd love to help you spread the word. We'd love to hear about your content and see what you're doing. And I'm always interested in finding new material. So,
Oh, shout out to Bleak Haven.
oh yes, our boys over at Bleak Haven. Man, okay, real quick on Bleak Haven, man. I've been following them on Instagram for the last few weeks. Dude, they've been posting some dope ass artwork
Yes.
on their Bleak Haven Instagram page. So if you haven't checked that out, go check out the Bleak Haven Instagram page, man.
Go to our website. And
Go to our
down there.
Yeah, we got a link to their website on our website, and I'm pretty sure they got all their social medias linked up there. So please go and check it out, man. So go to www.thedailysmoke.com. We're your one-stop shop for everything you're looking for. But all right, man. I'm your boy, Brother Jam.
Boy, Black Ham.
Brother Los on the cam.
And we are the Daily Smoke. Thank you for joining us on the Smoke Sessions. And as always, we love you. Peace.
Peace. We